Before this campaign, sorry, I've lost my. Before this campaign started, my knowledge and understanding of politics was zilch. Nothing. This campaign has made me realise that, I'm not the only one. There's many young people out there that feel exactly how I feel. Do you know what I mean? It's not about what you know, really. It's about if you want to make a change, do you know what I mean? It's about if you feel as a person you can empower yourself to just reach out and do something with what you can, if you know what I'm trying to say. So what I'd say to all you young people out there is that, why are you recording me on Snapchat?
Why did you do that?
I don't know. It just made me lose my trail. My name's Ramon. I'm 20 years old and I'm the captain of Birmingham's Bigga Fish Street team.
I'm Estelle, I'm 18 and I'm one of the London captains for the Bigga Fish Street team.
So, over the course of the last 4 days-ish, we've been running a campaign. It's been a project to try and get young people to vote, find out why they might not be voting, and to try and encourage them to think about voting and think about making a change in their community.
How did it go in those cities?
I think that although we spoke to so many different young people from different places, everyone kind of had a very similar view on politics. Now, the general consensus was majority of people just don't know anything about politics. They don't really want to know anything, and they just feel that their opinion or their view or their vote is irrelevant. I find it quite challenging to try and convince them to even think about voting. Like why should I register? That's the kind of response I was getting a lot of the time. So
Sometimes it was as soon as I said, oh yeah, we're trying to get young people to register to vote, just walk away.
Yeah, I've not got time. I'm okay, thanks. I didn't ask if she was okay.
No, you need to listen to what I'm trying to tell you.
After the last day of campaigning, the 24 hours after that, 90,000 young people registered to vote. So I definitely think that that's something to do with. And I think that speaks volumes as well. A lot of people wouldn't even consider it's just another day. It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect me. But I've had to do my own research and I've had to look into politics and voting and different parties and stuff, and then kind of makes you a bit interested. I can actually make a difference.
What's important to young people having gone around and spoken to other people?
I feel like they feel the government doesn't really care about them that much, and there's nothing really out there for them as much. Shut down a load of youth centres and they're not putting money into things for the youth, and they just feel a bit lost or unloved by the government that run their country, and they want someone to come and do things for them and give them opportunities and things like that. And I feel like most people that I spoke to felt Jeremy Corbyn was the person that would do that the best.
After the whole Jeremy Corbyn kind of link up that's been happening and tea pies and stuff, that's speaking volumes. Everyone has noticed, everyone has heard about it or something. So I think also it's a lot about ignorance. We just don't know enough. So because we just don't know, you just leave it. You kind of push it to the back of your mind, but I don't know what hurt me kind of thing. But it's so relevant for all of us. This whole campaign has made me realise that actually I was one of these people that just didn't care about politics. I just don't care. I'd rather go out. I just don't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just because I didn't have a very good understanding, and I think my mum does vote, so that's kind of influenced me to vote. But if she didn't, I probably wouldn't even think twice. I wouldn't bother at all.
My mum's always told me, as soon as you turn 18, you're voting. You just have to vote, because if you don't vote, when things around you are not going the way you want them to go, you can't complain because you didn't even try to make a change or give your 2 pence. You just sat back and let things happen without trying to put influence in.
Yeah.
A lot of young people who don't vote don't realise that the demographic that are voting are the older generation, so you're letting the older people decide what's best for you rather than you making a stand and saying, no, I want it to be this way, it's my future, so I'm going to decide what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I agree. So, 2 days to plan a road trip around the UK, get 4 people on board, sort out cars, food, accommodate. Well, I didn't really do accommodation, but you know, look at suitable accommodation, look at where's a good place to be at, like where's all the young people at. It was hard.
Carrying the boxes of flyers.
Jesus Christ.
I got a bruise on my arm from where I was carrying the bags into my house.
Yeah.
And I felt like I'd done a shift at the
How
gym.
many boxes did you have?
4 boxes. do you know? What's funny? Why is that funny?
4 boxes?
Yes, 4
I had 10.
boxes. You had 10.
Why did I have 10 boxes?
You were going to like 500 cities. I only did London.
I really enjoyed going to the nightclubs. Now, there is nobody better to speak to or interview than drunk people. One guy I spoke to, mixed race guy from Manchester, he says to me, his mum told him he's not allowed to vote. Don't know why, couldn't get an answer out of him, but he's not allowed to vote. His girlfriend, on the other hand, was so passionate. So I could see that this is something they've never spoke about before. Like, they had such different views. Like, I probably caused a breakup here, but like, it was just nice to see, like, you don't know anything, she knows bare. Like, that was good. Like, it's important to like speak and like share your opinion and your view. Like, I think it's so relevant. Though I wasn't trying to get him to, you know, oh, vote for this party or vote for that party. Like, just because his girlfriend knew and he didn't, I could see that he felt a bit sting. So he's now going to make sure when he sobers up, he's gonna go and research. He's gonna go and find out about why he should vote, why he should even register. Because when I said register to him, he didn't even know what I was talking about. But that was probably because he was drunk. I actually got the video as well, but I don't. My phone's charging. I don't know.
When you think about it, the demographic that doesn't vote is usually stereotypically like young ethnic minorities. And if you knew, I don't know, I do history, but if you knew what people went through to actually get the voice and the chance to vote, you would go and vote. Like 52 years ago is when black people got the right to vote. Some of your parents are older than 52, so you need to take yourself to go and vote, because what your ancestors went through to go and get that vote. If you don't believe me, go and watch Selma. You can find it somewhere on the internet. Educate yourself. You'll see what happened. And women got the right to vote 99 years ago. That's not that long ago. So I feel like when you don't vote, you're just being so selfish.
I think I approached it like a roadman as well. Like, they didn't want to be on camera, but they would speak to us. And man ain't voting. Man ain't registering. You get me? That's the kind of response I was getting. So it was just like, how am I gonna encourage you to vote? Like, you in particular, like, so difficult. It's not gonna affect me. As a drug dealer, I don't care about voting. I don't pay tax anyway. Like, you get me? It's one of them ones, but it will affect you because, okay, you might not have a legal job, but you still are paying tax. When you go buy food, you're paying tax. When you're signing on, that can be deducted or that can be increased. Or when you decide to get a job, when you buy a house, like, all these things add up. Even in things like leaving the country, like, there's just so many different aspects, and you don't even realize how you can be affected. Like, university, they're probably never going to go to uni, but hearing about Labour, for example, has made me think, you know, if they're gonna get rid of uni fees, I'm going to uni. The only reason I haven't gone is because I don't know what I want to do. I'm not sure enough. But if it's free, let's go. Like, let's do it. Let's do it. Do you know what I mean? So, don't know. It's a tricky one, but I think it's definitely been so challenging. Like, especially, like, I found it really difficult. But
when people are so set in their ways of like, I'm not voting. Politics are not for me. Has nothing to do with me. It's really hard to like get them to listen and say, look, it is about you.
Even approaching people, like,
It's hard.
No one wants to stop. Nobody wants to stop. Like, I'm the same. I'm the worst person. When I'm walking through town and someone tries to give me something, I'm like, hello, hello. You know what I mean? So I get it, but then it's a really important message. So just give me 30 seconds.
But I did see a tweet and it was like, when a roadman tells you to vote, you know the election is serious. You know it's serious. When a roadman says you need to vote, you know it's real. So after going to 8 cities and giving out 100,000 flyers in 3 days, we just want to make sure that everyone who registered to vote goes and votes on the 8th of June. Go to your local polling station and vote, and use a pen. Use a pen.
No, a pencil. Obviously, you know why? If you don't, that's a shame. But catch me on Instagram at Marnz, MARNZ.moretti, MORETTI. And I don't really use Twitter in it, so it's either that or Snapchat. But I'm not giving you my Snapchat name, my government name. So
catch me on Twitter at @StelWhite_. Same on Insta.
And Bigga Fish,
At Bigga Fish on Twitter, Instagram and Snap.
If you want to see the Brum team, at Bigga Fish Brum. Twitter, Insta, Facebook.
London's better.
Oh, 1, 2, 1.